Welcome to Ballad of the World, and join me to explore tonight the story of Jameson Distillery's fairy curse. It didn't take place in Bow Street, but in the Irish countryside, when in 1825 one of the Jameson family had built a beautiful new manor house. He was used to hosting grand parties for all of his friends and supporters. These events were big spectacles, and he had chosen the perfect site up on top of a hill. He ignored the warnings of locals that that hill was reserved for the fairies, Nadini She. On the first night of his parties, when he called upon his butler to go down into the basement to retrieve some bottles of whiskey, the butler was gone for some time, and when some of the other servants went to check where he was, they too disappeared. Jameson was curious what was going on, and he sent the stable boy. He said, "You've been promoted tonight. Down you go. Bring us up at least one more bottle of whiskey." So the stable boy goes down, and he is the only one to return. He comes up the stairs screaming, howling, running from the place, swearing he will never return again. Jameson could see his guests were getting a bit frightened. They didn't know what was going on, and to save face, he announced that he would go down himself to solve the issue. Jameson marched down into his cellars, where he came face to face, not with the butler, not with the servants, but with a small little man with a red cap, blue stockings, and silver laces on his black boots. This little man was one of the fairies. He introduced himself as Naggin the Clurichaun, who had been sent to take revenge on the lord who had destroyed the fairy fort. He warned that Jameson would have no peace, none whatsoever, as long as he lived. Even if he moved house, even if he moved to a different part of Ireland, even if he moved to a different country, the Clurichaun was obligated to chase him and make every single day a misery for him, starting with the removal of all the whiskey. Jameson gave up in that moment. He looked at this creature and he realized it has disappeared my butlers, it has disappeared my servants and my stable boy. There's nothing I can do to stop it. So he decided to sit down and pour himself a drink. He offered one to the Clurichaun, who looked mighty thirsty. And they sat there drinking away the night. And towards the end of the night, they became good friends suddenly. The whiskey warmed their hearts and softened the Clurichaun somewhat. Jameson decided that he would offer the Clurichaun, when he was returning home, a barrel of his whiskey. It happened to be Halloween night, and the Clurichaun paused just as he was about to return to the other world. He turned back to Jameson and he said, "You very good whiskey. We'll strike a deal with you. If you provide one barrel every Halloween night, and your family after you till the end of days provides a barrel of your best whiskey, we will spare you from any further misfortune." And of course, as a side note, the fairy was always given a toast every other night of the year. So if you ever hear any Clurichauns messing around in your pub or your tavern or your wine cellar, be sure to leave him a little offering, lest he bring misfortune to you and the people of your household. Slán go fóill.